Hello and welcome to the 2023 D3 Cross Country National Championships. My name is Stu Neustadt, joined alongside me by Noah Girardi, and together we are D3 Glory Days. So excited to be here in Newville, Pennsylvania at Big Spring High School. It's going to be an intense team battle. But don't count out St. Olaf. They're ranked number 11th coming in, and they're led by Will Kelly, last year an All-American, looking to repeat the same feat this year. I know Coach Brian Power is excited for this team as they look to be a mainstay in the top 10 and eventually get back to that podium.
Great things are going to happen today if you work together with each other. Okay, let's do this. All right, always on three, loud and proud. 1, 2, 3. Always!
People aren't looking out for us today. We're in that 11th or 10th spot. I don't think we are.
Let's do it.
That's it. All right.
Big on three, big on me. 1, 2, 3, big O!
We're really excited to have you back. The last few weeks of campus have just been like, every time a team showed up, it was like, all right, get a little more pumped up, a little more ready to get rolling here. Just to you?
Just look at me and not the camera.
Oh, okay. I'm Brian Power, the men's track and cross country coach at St. Olaf. This is year 5 at St. Olaf, and year 13 in the college level. So I coached in Southern Indiana and Central Indiana at the college and high school level. Ran collegiately as well in Indiana. So my first foray into the North, culture and tradition are two things that sum up St. Olaf cross country. And I think one of the things that really makes us stand out is that we have a large squad, yet we're always a team that's in that national conversation.
I'm Will Kelly, very commonly referred to as Mop. I'm a senior chemistry major. Well, introductions are just so fun. It's always so fun to welcome new people into the family, holler and yell at each other when we're introducing each other. It's definitely intimidating for some of the first years, but I think it gives a good introduction to the whole team in general.
Welcome to Ice Cream Social, everybody. We've done the ice cream bit. We'll now socialize. Introduce ourselves.
I'm Lex.
I'm Lex.
Here is economics.
Welcome to the Big O. It is an honor to be in this room with all of you today. I'm very much looking forward to the year. We've got some big things ahead of us. I'm not good at these talks. Very special.
Despite the yelling that just ensued, we really like all of you, and we're happy you're here. In case there was any ambiguity. My name is Ian Curtis. Most people on the team call me Junior. I am a senior team captain. Big O is a group of people, a set, if you will. One set contains the members of the St. Olaf cross country team, and the Big O is a different set that happens to contain almost all of the same members. It's a social group that extends beyond running. I think the thing that makes the Big O special is the connection we have with each other and the devotion to one another that goes beyond being teammates on the cross-country team. The Big O is what makes the St. Olaf cross-country team special.
One, two, three, Big O!
You're not working out, right? I am. So going out to Meesville, doing our first workout as a team together. You know, that day too is just to kind of see what kind of fitness we're in, but also who's working together. So first workout of the year as a full team out here at Meesville Ravine Park Preserve. Great rolling dirt roads, kind of along the river, and they get up into some big hills, I would say, out in the farmland. So really good day to get everybody out and kind of see where they are. Everything's largely effort-based. Some of the more mid-distance guys did some shorter hill work. Had some guys doing some longer tempo efforts, and of course cinnamon rolls from Brick Oven Bakery after. It's one of our great traditions, so very healthy.
Let me look at you as a camp. My name is Ignatius Fitzgerald. Started running cross country my freshman year of high school. My senior year of high school, I committed to run at the University of Oregon. Ran there for a year. Quit the team for a number of reasons following my freshman year. My coach got fired, I got injured. Yeah, and decided to move on for a number of reasons. Ended up here at St. Olaf, running for the Olies. Some goals I had for myself going into the season. Was really just like reconnect with running in a way that I haven't in about a year. My big goal was just to get back into like the rhythm of things and enjoy running for running, and kind of make it once again a part of my life that I enjoyed rather than a part of my life where I was deriving a lot of stress.
So this is one of my favorite nights of the year. I read this quote the other day, and you know, this made me think a little bit about like what we have here and what you have together. I think sometimes we let things get in the way of recognizing what we have here together. Thinking about that just it kind of brought me back to this quote. And for some of you science-minded people, this might be too much of a leap, but despite everything, right, whatever happens after our time together here, we're still going to have this experience together. What we achieve and what we do, everything that comes out of this fall is what we do together. And that's a special thing.
My name is Jack Deaver. My team nickname is Deeve. I'm a sophomore here. Some of the big goals for the team that we brought up: support each other in any way we can. There's a lot of goals like that: support each other academically, athletically, understand what somebody's going through. A lot of the goals just surrounded just understanding your team.
Obviously our goals are to accomplish something big and something we haven't done in a while. I think we have the capability, we have the talent in here to do it. But we got to do all the things that we have on there to the best of our ability. Let it resonate for a day or two. Have some conversations with the people around you. We'll keep building from there. Okay?
1, 2, 3.
Boys! We had some guys that, as the season went on last year, were really able to step up, and that was really exciting. You know, with that, with Will returning, you know, guys like Andrew Skemp, and then some really promising young guys that we were super excited about. You know, give us a lot of optimism heading into the season. We talked about a few goals, but I don't think we talked about place in anything. I think I walked out of that, the seniors led most of it, and that told me right away, like, okay, we have something special going here.
All week. This is just a chance to get out, get a little bit of competition. We want to be smart early, conservative, and then roll late. That's just a good thing. All right? break. I'll get you rolling here, all right?
All right, boys. Let's get business done here. Freshmen, show us your best effort today, all right? Yeah.
Run with joy.
All right, bring it.
Big O on three. Big O on me. 1, 2, 3. Big O!
The goals are twofold, right? First with our first years, we're going to allow them to race. We're definitely looking to gather more data on their fitness and see where they are, maybe see how they're approaching a race. For the older guys, it's just a workout. It's a nice little rust buster, 3K of tempo effort, and then really see, okay, where are we when we can, when we try to hammer that last 2K.
I am perpetually injured. I've struggled with tibial stress fractures in the past, but recently, the last year, I've had my left proximal hamstring origin is all messed up. Quite literally, it's a pain in the ass. Step 0, I got a PRP injection, and then I've been working on loading the tendon so it can regenerate itself. I cross-train quite a bit. I like to ride my bicycle. Sometimes I aqua jog. I like that slightly less than bicycling. But to be perfectly honest with you, my individual goals mostly center around staying healthy and finishing the season rather than any performance-related goal. After not running for a year, it seems sort of silly to have like a performance-centered goal. So really, I'm very happy that I get to run. I feel super lucky that I have one more year of running left, and I just want to maximize that by remaining healthy.
To the alumni, it's the most important day of the year. They certainly, some of them like peak for the race. It's kind of funny.
I'm Julian Munoz, graduated in 2023. Man, it means peaking right here, right now, trying to see what I can do against the Olies. That's about it, yeah.
They were down in numbers this year. I was really excited to see that a group of them did a Kodiak Road Relay in Alaska, which they won with some friends, and so some big names were missing. But you're racing an all-star team of the last decade or so. But we had a former All-American 1980 grad back to race. We had a 1972 grad, team captain, MVP back to cheer the guys on, and the fact that we have that many people that are still invested is so fun. It's just a really cool time.
I'm Dave Peterson, Sparky on the team. Everyone went by nicknames. There were no formal names. Graduated in 1982. Smaller team then. I love how big it is now. It's a great community. Being able to come back every year for the Alumni run, I think this is my 44th. So it's been great to see the campus develop a little bit and upgrade as it goes along. And but the community is still strong, it seems. You know, it's been awesome.
Everyone else is going to take a low pump. You're going to approach a random person that you do not know who is not on the women's team.
What we do the night before in the calf, as I've probably talked about, we have a lot of traditions on this team, and the one we do right before the St. Olaf invite is probably my least favorite tradition. Like, the idea of it is completely wholesome and totally fine, but some reason it just always puts a ton of pressure on me. I don't know why. You take a lollipop, you go up to someone random in the calf, you get on one knee and say, "Will you please come to the St. Olaf invite? It's at 10 a.m. tomorrow at the Natural Lands." And then they either say yes, take the lollipop, or say no. And even if they say no, you can, at least this is what I do, I say, just say no, please take the lollipop and put up your arms or something. It'll just make it go by faster. But of course, that doesn't always happen. This year I was turned down many, many times. But this year I was on my own. I started it off, and it was tough. The tradition probably doesn't do anything to help getting people to go there, but at least it doesn't really put us in a negative light too badly. The first 8K is always a really important one, especially for freshmen who have never run an 8K. The jump from 5K in high school, or 3 mile if you're from Illinois, to 8K is a really big jump. I think it's a huge difference, and to get that experience is really important. So when we're going into this race, we're really trying to just feel it out. We have the 5 R's: relax, run, race, fight, finish. And you're just supposed to give it your best shot at your first 8K. There's really not a lot of pressure. There should be a lot of intrinsic motivation behind a lot of the runners on our team in this race, because you want to start off the season well, but you know, if it doesn't go well, that's all right.
That we started, you know, kind of keeping that mentality of staying attached to our groups, and you know, I think I can say this season was the best I've seen in my time at St. Olaf with us, with our pack running. You know, when you have someone like Will, who's going to be a front runner, competitive at the national level, being able to tighten the spread and work together is a really awesome thing. So I was really pleased with our patience. You know, we were not winning at the mile. I mean, there were a couple guys well ahead of us, and even ahead of Will, you know, a returning All-American, and it would have been easy to have said, okay, I'm not going to run a controlled race and get out. And they were very patient, and they moved up nicely. And I loved seeing the training group. Certainly you're seeing like your top group, there was about 3 or 4 guys that day that raced together. But just looking back through the group and seeing, oh, there's that pack, and they're working together, and they're moving together, and oh, you know, they're strung out a little bit at this point in the race, but by the time we get back through Prairie Loop or off of Pine, like, they've come back together. And we ran fast that day. I think that's the other thing that stood out to me. Some of those young guys running their first 8K, I was really excited. That's pretty fun. So it was a good day.
My last cross-country season was nowhere near how I wanted it to be, actually. Then I finally kind of figured out the 8K, and by the time I was figuring it out, it was time for the season to end and move into indoor. And then I moved into outdoor, and I started doing the steeplechase. Finished 5th in the steeplechase at MIAC. It was a good outdoor season, really good outdoor season. My biggest goal driving my training, at least be an alternate as regionals and nationals. Time-wise, my goal was sub 26. So the first AK here, I ran 26:08 on a course where previous time I'd run it, I'd ran, I think, 28:30. So it was a great feeling coming across that finish line that day.
Head out and do tempo mile. You come back from tempo mile, we're doing mile at opening 8K pace. Okay, finish that, collect yourself. Go out, hit the tempo again for a mile. Come back, 3,200. I do want you thinking about this is not just racing like at 8K pace, this is racing. Okay, we're being competitive amongst ourselves and working to better each other. Go out, tempo again, come back, and let's see what you have for that mile. Don't be the guy who goes too hard in the 32. Don't be the guy who bags at 32 so they can run a fast mile. Looking at it on paper, it's challenging, it's a tough workout. But one of our prime objectives of the workout is for y'all to realize that you can be tired and still run very fast. Being tired is sometimes part of racing. And we can still run really fast times because you're incredibly fit right now. And you guys are in a spot that I'm really excited about. Just remind yourself. Okay? Be honest with your tempo. Don't put too much stock into what each individual rep is. It's about putting a good body of work together the whole time. Your goal is for your last mile to be as strong as anything else. Find your groups, work together. 3, 1, 2, 3.
Always! Hoosier Daddy is basically just painful. There's really no other word to describe it.
Every team that I've been on has had, you kind of have that big staple workout of your season. In high school, it was this big bucket workout that we did. My first school, it was this big Frankenstein's monster. And here it's Hoosier Daddy. And it's cool to see how those different workouts and those different staples kind of manifest themselves in every team. Really, it was a really fun environment. Just like getting out there, and I had a terrible workout, but it was a really fun environment in which to have a terrible workout. Like if I was gonna have a really bad workout, I would want to have it there.
$72, $73, $74, $75, $6. All right, here we go.
Let's go, guys!
Here we go. Come on now.
You gotta go. Let's go, Joy. Let's go. Let's go.
PR'd today in an event.
Let's go. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Got a lot to be proud of. I'm pretty darn excited seeing this. And seeing some guys, young guys run PRs and events that were a little out of their range is also really fun. Anything to add?
That was fun.
Yeah! Ollies on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ollies!
I remember when Power first introduced this workout into our program. For some reason that was always really hard for my brain to understand. Like, if I'm racing, but this is still a workout. I was always kind of disconnected by that. But every single time the Hoosier Daddy seems to turn out all right. Obviously, as I've done this workout 3 times now, I knew exactly what to expect. It's definitely intimidating for people doing it the first time, because it's so much volume and you're doing it so fast. I always like to prioritize that 2 mile in the middle, because it's almost like the middle of the race where it really starts to get moving, and I think it's important to stay focused right there. And then always right before that last mile, this is like feeling of dread, like, oh my god, I have to run a really fast mile now, I'm so tired. But it doesn't matter, you're still gonna run that mile really fast.
Incredibly rewarding by the time you finish. You look at your splits and you're like, how did I just do that? What? Hoosier Daddy's by far my favorite workout I've ever done.
It does look really tough on paper. It's something where you kind of have to trust your training. You have to also trust your ability to recover. But boy, you can walk out of there with a lot of confidence. And so we really stress with the men that when you're doing your tempo, it has to be a honest tempo pace. And if you can trust that, you're going to buffer out all the lactate and be able to run something pretty fast in each individual rep on the track. Every year I have one guy, typically the first year, it says, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And that's the thing, if you can trust that you're at that level of fitness when you put it in a workout, you're certainly going to trust it when it comes to race time. And when you remind yourself, hey, I just ran that time last week, that's better than anything I've done in the middle of the workout, I can close in those last couple miles in a good position.
Wow, this is Wisconsin. It feels so different.
2 years was a really fun experience. I feel like cross country very much exemplifies like all the parts about running that I really love. Like you're just out there kind of suffering with your friends and every point matters. And the team aspect of the sport is really, really fun. It's not just about you, it's about the community and what you've done with your buddies for the last 6, 8, 10 weeks. Not just from a racing standpoint, but also felt like I kind of gained something back that I felt like I kind of lost in the last 2 years.
Said I wasn't losing to a freshman.
I went out and I think I ran like a 5 flat first mile and then did not run 5 flat for the next couple miles. I ran slow, but it was really fun. And I remember just like running up to coach afterwards and just being super, super excited. And we just kind of shared a moment. We were like, all right, like this is something to build from. Getting back into it and having it feel really good like it used to feel was really, really powerful.
Hey, this is great prep for regionals. This is great prep for con. The big meets where we got to focus on finding each other in the crowd. Let's be conservative early, work our way up. Teams that get out hot, they're going to pay for it because we're going to gobble them up. Okay, so keep them in distance, stay attached. Okay, find each other, work together. The guys you've been working with, let's keep that group together. Okay? This is going to be a good day. We're going to do some good things here. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see y'all race. Let's have fun with it. All right.
All right, boys. We're coming back here in what is it? November?
Yeah, it's been a month.
Sick. Like Power said, conservative. I want you to use this as prep for that because that's what we're looking for. All right. Run hard, have fun, run with joy, whatever Shrimp says.
Let's go, fellas. We got 10 fellas. Let's do it.
Let's work with the fellas.
Alrighty. All right.
Run with the boys. Cheers, that mop.
All right.
Yeah! Big O on 3! Big O on me! 1, 2, 3, Big O!
Goal is to mix it up with the top level guys, and who better to do it with than the runner-up champion from last year. So plan was just to race with him. Being right behind him, I think it was like 7 seconds, was really promising to me. What I was most happy with was I was able to stick with him through 5K. He made a little move at like 4K using the downhill, but at 5K up a hill, I made a move. Obviously it didn't go great because he was able to cover my move fairly well, which is all right. I challenged him. I did what I had come into.
What a day! You know, we finished second to Wisconsin Whitewater. See Jack Dever, break 26 for the first time.
So 26.
Will Kelly, he put himself into a mix right away. Really, from about 4K on, it was just a test of mettle. When I was emailing the team the next day, some training stuff, just talking about like number of guys that had broke 26 and 27 and things like that. That was just simply outstanding.
Really good today, right? A lot of you are fighting off stuff. A lot of you are feeling the mileage, the lift, any of those things. So I really think we're in a good spot. What I loved is that people stepped up in both races and put themselves in positions to help the team in ways that they hadn't before. Captains, anything?
It was a good day. Got more to go, just what Power said.
All right.
Yep.
How you top that?
It's my captain.
1, 2, 3.
Boys!
That's definitely one for the
Hey guys. Hi. We have a story to tell you today. Heavens to the ground. That's a great tradition. We run to Primo's Park on Ole Ave, the captains tell a story about the latest All-American from St. Olaf. This is a story about Logan Bakovich.
No, I know him! I know that.
Big O alumnus, D3 legend and All-American, Logan Brock Bakovich. He's really fast, but it wasn't always this way. And we tell a story about Logan Bakovich's improvement as a runner. After the story, we all go to this tree that is in beautiful fall colors.
He says to travel halfway between Carleton and St. Olaf, where you'll find a large tree, and you'll hear some winds blowing from the celestial god of Big O himself. He went there, just like all of us today, and he heard something. He heard from the heavens to the ground, to the ground.
Heaven from the heavens to the ground, to the ground. From the heavens to the ground, to the ground.
Everyone must catch a leaf before it hits the ground, and then not let it touch the ground until you put it in your spike at your next race, and it will bring you good luck.
So the leaf tradition from the heavens is probably one of my favorite.
We sing some stupid chant, we tell a stupid story, and we wait for leaves to fall down from the tree. Again, pretty arbitrary. It still means a lot to me because to me, when I take this leaf, it just makes me think of the team.
From the Heavens was my first experience, and I think real, like the nitty-gritty team traditions. It was kind of one of those moments where you're kind of like, what did I get myself into? For how like insignificant of a moment it is, like it was a little bit of time at the beginning of a run. It was a moment where you felt very close to the team, very much a part of the Big O.
People like to say, "Oh, this is so culty."
It sounds like a cult,
but like, nah. It's, on the scale of cultiness, I think that's a pretty normal thing to be doing.
The heavens have come to the ground, and you have found this leaf. Woo! This leaf is a token that will help you PR in your next race. It won't do everything for you, but it will help you. And it has never touched the ground. So make sure that it doesn't until your next race.
Don't let it touch the ground.
Do not let it touch the ground.
Otherwise you have to come back and get a new one.
Go.
Hooray!
Good work.
Woo!
Yay. Keep it safe.
So, you know, we met here, 3 months ago? We talked about working our way to this point as a team and seeing where we could go and how we could improve together. Talked about this idea of Dita, that idea of celebrating the successes of each other, right? And one thing I talked about yesterday and a little bit today was like going back and looking at what you've achieved individually, you know, going back through your log, looking at what the work you've stacked together the last few weeks, the last few months. Let's take a minute to think about what the guys around you, but you know, knowing what we've done and what we're capable of is something we should take to the line tomorrow. We want to respect our opponents and know that like they are dangerous and that we need to be aware of who they are. I'm not one for like a big rah-rah. Like if you're not excited to go out to the line with your buddies tomorrow, then you know you're probably doing the wrong thing. So. What I just want to remind you is our success this year has come from being with each other, around each other, staying attached. Find your training group. And if your training group's on point, work together. If they need someone to maybe give a little push, pull them along with you. I'll tell you, I'm really proud of what you've all done this year. I'm proud of the work you've put in and how you've connected as a team. And I think tomorrow's a great opportunity to show that. I want to thank the seniors for their leadership. They've done an awesome job. 4 years ago at this time, we were like doing like a fake time trial on a track. Getting to toe the line with your buddies and wear your sweater the day before is a big deal. Recognize that, embrace that, and let's go have some success here.
There are relatively few, or there are certainly finite conference meets that you get to run at. I would say cherish the opportunity and be happy and excited to race with your friends. I often find myself getting a little nervous to the extent that I'm sort of grumpy, and then I look around and I see my buddies and it makes me feel a lot better. I'm really excited to run with you guys.
Always on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Always! I'm really excited. It's certainly a privilege to be running. I feel pretty lucky that I am able to be where I am. I'm excited to run at conference. I think I can perform better individually than I did at lacrosse. More than that, I'm excited to go run with my teammates and have a good time and celebrate the result. I hope that for myself personally, I'd be really excited if I could make the regionals national squad, but we'll see if that pans out.
Stay attached. Find each other. We're doing this for everybody in this group. For the guys that aren't running, be smart early. Move up. We're ready. All right. Let's get a break. Let's get you in your thing. Get a couple more strides and go from there. All right. Here we go. Always on 3. Loud and proud. 1, 2, 3.
Always! Here's the conference meet. Yeah. Everyone's ready for this one. You've put in a lot of great work, and I'm very proud of all of you.
Love you guys. Let's try and enjoy.
Today.
Let's go! Big on 3, big on me. 1, 2, 3, bingo!
So I was just going to try to open hard and see where it took me. We got to the 5K mark and I tried to make a move. I saw some of the teammates cheering on who weren't able to run that day. And they told me that this was the time to make a move. And I tried, but I couldn't.
I really don't like the inter-squad competition to get the last spot at Regions and Nats. There was virtually no expectation, considering I had run 27 minutes the 2 weeks prior. So I got out and I ran with my friends, and I had a really good time. And at the end of the day, I outkicked Carly by about 2 seconds, and I was the 7th guy. I ran 25:30, which is about what I thought I could do.
I still think it was a pretty good race, but not exactly where I hoped to be.
Ole's though just destroyed everyone, which was my primary goal for that one. That was definitely something I'll remember.
And your men's champion, the Ole's from St. Olaf with 34 points. Please come on up to accept your trophies.
All right. Hey guys, that was awesome. Really love the way you worked together, the way we found each other. There were so many great little packs of people racing together in black and gold. and that was awesome. And guys, that was a resounding win. We had 13 in the top 30. We had 11 in the top 25 to earn all conference or honorable mention honors. That's some of our best numbers we've ever had. Woo! So, yeah! That's a lot to be proud of. So thank you for being prepared for today and helping each other out. So it's cold, so I'm not going to say a whole lot more. Be safe, be smart, take care of each other, okay? So be there for each other. And hey, this is a hell of a day. So really proud of y'all. It was fun. How many PRs? Raise them high. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! That's pretty darn good on our first kind of cold meet. So, all right, let's go to break. Let's go, Power! Yeah! Power! 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 All right, that's it. Ollie's on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ollies! I think we really showed not only the rest of the region, but the country, like, hey, like, this is a team that has some formidable depth and some really good things going on as a whole. I mean, it was a good day. Carleton is a very good team, and they ran really well. We just had a tremendous day. And seeing Ian Curtis be able to go out and do what he did after, you know, some of the injury struggles that he's had, and you know, I was just so happy for him. You know, I know how hard he works, and I know how talented he is. I also know how fragile he is.
It was awesome to win conference as a team. Winning is really fun, but really what was special about winning conference was not actually that we won. It was just the last conference cross-country meet that my class would run, and the team felt very cohesive. I don't think it necessarily mattered really that we got first or second or whatever it might have been, but it was the atmosphere and the attitude of the team going into the meet that I thought was really special.
Yeah, conference was a great way to end the year. Winning as a team is always really fun, even if I wasn't part of like that scoring group, like being in that race and seeing the guys move together. Personally, the race maybe didn't go exactly how I wanted, but you can't really live in the past. And so it was a lot of fun. It was a really fun season. I feel like we did a lot of really cool things. And it's really fun to be a part of like a group like that, even if you're not at the front of it or like leading the way. Just kind of being a part of it, being in the process, going through the steps has been a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm really excited to get after it and track with the guys and continue the process. And it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Chocolate milk ThunderDome. We're gonna see who can drink the most milk. Here are the rules. Every minute, you drink. If you puke, you're out. If you can't finish your drink within the minute, you're out.
I like my chances. I have to say, I've been waiting for this all year. I'd heard rumors about it, and I'm ready to give it my all and show the Big O what I'm made of.
Ready? Go.
Here we go. Here we go. Really cold. You'll be safer when you come through. All right, runners to your mark. Get set, go! Here we go, boys.
We typically do the 3,200 meter time trial the Friday before regionals, both from physiological and psychological standpoint. Like, when you go out and PR in that, there's such a boost of confidence.
$9.18, $9.19.
Let's go, Junior!
Come on, Junior! $9.27, $29, $30. All right, guys. Hey, three things to keep in mind here, right? One, be smart early. Two, find each other, race with each other. And three, nothing is guaranteed here. So let's be aware. We need to make sure that we're putting our effort out there today for each other to do the things that we want to do next week. Okay, so put yourself in a good position. We've run well on this course before. It's a fun one. It's going to run fast. Get a little bit of precipitation now. It's going to be fun. We don't let other things control what we do. Okay, have fun. Really proud of y'all. Really excited to see what we do today. All right, so let's get a break. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna reiterate what I said yesterday. If we stay attached as a team, there are a lot of guys dropping back from the big guys that we can catch, and that makes a huge difference in the team battle. We've been here before.
Big on three, big on me. 1, 2, 3, big-o!
Regionals is an interesting meet because this is sort of an annoying barrier in the way of going to nationals. And I think that mindset is unproductive and sort of put me in a spot where I didn't run my best. I let go of some people that I shouldn't and just was a little bit disengaged. It's kind of a nice feeling after regionals knowing that the team's got more to give, that some people had off days and that we weren't firing on all cylinders, because we did get curb stomped by lacrosse. So it's nice to know that we weren't at our very, very best. I was kind of confident coming off of conference that I could run sub 25, and then my performance at regionals was sort of discouraging. So leading into Nats, I wanted to run hard and I wanted to feel proud of the effort. If I had gone into nationals expecting to be top 40, I think that would have been pretty unrealistic, and I just sort of set myself up for failure. So really, I didn't have any goals in mind other than to run hard and enjoy the last cross-country race with my buddies.
Talk a little bit about what we're trying to do tomorrow. We've seen the course some of you probably spent some time thinking about where to make moves, how to make moves, and just how to approach the course. And so I kind of want to start with getting your take.
I can start. I think the last 3K is going to be blazing hot. People are going to be completely moving, and you need to be able to keep up with them or pass a lot of people there too. But I will say I wouldn't be afraid to start moving at the 4K mark. That's what I would say. I don't know what other people think.
I think it's worth getting out in position. Like the first K is going to be blazing fast, but it's still worth getting somewhere where you can move up.
I was going to say, I noticed running it today that it narrows out pretty quick by the baseball fields over there. Yeah. So focus on getting out across the field and like you said, finding a spot and then riding that balance of what's blazing fast and what's the right pace. So there's another opportunity, but we do have to get out and find a spot early.
We've competed with some of the best in the country all year. Trust the body of work that you put together. You know, and I really believe if we trust what we've done and continue to do it in that way, we're going to see great things. Yeah, guys, we're so proud of you, and we can't wait to see you earn everything you've worked for all here tomorrow. So have fun. Don't get too caught up in the little things that don't matter before then. So anyways, grab your stuff, go spend some time together, and then spend time away from each other as it makes sense.
Hello and welcome to the 2023 D3 Cross Country National Championships. My name is Stu Neustadt, joined alongside me by Noah Drati, and together we are D3 Glory Days. We're so excited to be here in Newville, Pennsylvania at Big Spring High School. It's too close to call right now, so we'll look at the rankings. UW La Crosse is number 1, number 2 is North Central, but don't count out St. Olaf. They're ranked number 11th coming in, and they're led by Will Kelly, last year an All-American, looking to repeat the same feat this year. I know Coach Brian Power is excited for this team as they look to be a mainstay in the top 10 and eventually get back to that podium. Will they do it today? We'll find out, but get ready for some great D3 competition.
Man's always taking forever.
It's like Julian graduates, you're gonna start. All right, guys. Hey, it's simple. We've talked about it all year. Get out and put yourselves in a position where you can control how you move when you want to move. Don't be afraid to get out a little hot. Just settle in. We've practiced this. Be ready to move 4K, 5K on. That's when the race starts. Find each other. Okay. We are so ready for this. Great things are going to happen today if you work together with each other. Okay. Let's do this. Always on 3, loud and proud. 1, 2, 3.
Always!
I love you all.
Love you all.
You too.
Alrighty, guys. The national meet. Oh, man. People aren't looking out for us today. We're in that 11th or 10th spot. I don't think we are. People aren't looking for us. If we move up when we need to, we can beat a lot of people. And I truly believe that. For people who've been here before, you've been here before. For people who are here for the first time, you belong here.
I'm really proud of you all. Proud to be here.
Oh, yeah. That's it. All right.
Big O on 3, big on me. 1, 2, 3, big O!
Nationals gets out really, really hard every year, and there's a lot of pushing and shoving, and this year was kind of exacerbated by a really narrow course, so people just got off the line super hot, but it was interesting to get off the line and be legitimately nearly at the back of the race.
Nice, Ollie!
how the guys moved up in the race. You know, we didn't execute at the start the way we had hoped. They raced so well, putting themselves back in the position to score where they did. I don't think a single guy stepped off the course not feeling like they had battled.
I was really happy with how I finished that race. I didn't freak out. I moved up really well, and it's never a shame to be an All-American. That's something I'm really proud of. I think the general consensus was kind of bummed. I don't think the team had the day that we wanted. Like, we had some pretty lofty goals. I remember at the same time, we still beat what we did last year, you know. We keep building, and it's always exciting to see goals continuing to go up, because that's really what drives the success of the program.
I was very happy to have run at Nationals. My performance is nothing special, but considering where I was in July, if you had told me that I would be running at Nationals, I would have been surprised.
We talked to the team about, a few years ago, 3 years ago, we were very happy to be at the meet. And then we scored well, and it was like, oh, cool. And then they've raised their own expectations for performance every year. And when you can walk out after finishing 13th in the country, position that's enviable for so many teams, and feel, let's say, satisfied but not content, like, that's a great position to be in. It was fun. I mean, from day one, I found myself staying longer at practice and just chatting with guys and having inane conversations and about things that really don't matter. Nothing to do with practice or running, but just life in general and things like that. And I think when you have that kind of connection with athletes, like, that makes it an easy experience. And like any program, like in any setting, like, we have ups and downs, but I think when you can make those connections with people, you're in a better position to help them succeed and everything. And it was fun. I think there's a lot of trust in our leadership right now, and I see that continuing into next year, and I think that's such a cool thing. So I'm excited, about the future. Really grateful for what we had this year. They just continue to make alumni proud, and they're carrying on a great tradition, and I think they're setting good standards themselves.
This season, I was excited, but kind of nervous, because I didn't really know how it was going to play out and where I was going to be and what the team was going to look like, and it's been a lot of fun. It's really fun to be part of something bigger than yourself. I think the biggest impact the team has had on me has been creating a culture where I don't take my individual running too seriously, and that being able to see yourself in the larger context of what the group is trying to do and what the group has done in the past and what the group is going to do in the future really lets you take both some pressure off yourself and helps you push yourself a lot in a way that I think is really cool and really unique. And for me, I find it really fulfilling.
I think this year's team was a lot different for me this year. I just think the team this year helped me motivate myself further to just do as best as I could. Being a part of this team is awesome. I don't know. I just think it's a really cool experience because it's just so many people who are really tightly knit together. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a great experience being on this team.
This team in particular was really inspiring because it was a team that had a lot more ambition than the team once had. But in general, the whole team, it's hard to be specific on the impact it's had on me. I still feel like I'm the same stupid freshman that gets angsty every single day before a run or something like that, but it's just another group of guys that I'm hoping to stay in contact with the rest of my life.
I don't know if I knew it. In fact, I didn't. I went to this school because of the running team, basically. I liked the vibe of the team more than I did elsewhere. And I wouldn't have been able to articulate it when I decided to come to Olaf, but the reason for that is the Big O, and the Big O is what has made my experience special and meaningful. St. Olaf is great, but it's just a school. The reason that I have had such a special and fulfilling experience here really is the Big O and the relationships that I've built with my teammates. I really value interpersonal connection and friendships that go beyond the superficial, and it's incredible the quantity of people that I've met that I really will be friends with for the rest of my life. I don't know if that's really an adequate articulation of how special the Big O is as a unit.